Hi there, that's right. Great and glorious, simply famous, one day Nick Dutch, back on the camera again one more time. Hi there, how the heck's it going? Yes! Now you've probably guessed, because of my city hat on my head as well as the presence of a pack of tarot cards in my hand, that on this YouTube channel I tend to do tarot readings. You may be watching this on Blip TV as well, on the Nick Dutch channel there. Obviously, the more ways in which I can get this show out there to the world, the more that you can find out how I personally feel a good tarot reading can basically be done, and essentially how it can help you. Obviously, if you want to request a reading yourself, you can do so, but currently that's only through the private message section on the YouTube channel, Nick Dutch Tarot, at this present point in time. However, I will have some kind of cohesive email or message system, or possibly do something with Twitter or something similar at a later stage, so that we can try and keep everything working according to plan and try and keep the flow of readings coming through nice, strong and stable. Okay? We've got an inquiry today from someone whose YouTube channel name is Baby Cake Sweet as Sin. And this is an interesting individual because she seems to be going through an awful lot, and I mean an awful lot. For those of you who don't know, the kind of people who make inquiries to a tarot reader are not just people who've got simple or small issues that they just need to deal with or get some reflection on. Sometimes a person can be going through an awful lot of things. Sometimes it can be harrowing, sometimes it can be very difficult indeed, and we're often the first port of call, so that we can then help the client to try and work out what the right course of action could possibly be, depending upon the circumstances. The work that I do is in fact very hard. It's not a simple type of service, okay? But this particular YouTube inquirer in general just wants to see how things are going to work out right. And that's what I'm going to do today. Just basically a general reading and see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies and all the rest of that appear. You already know your situation, Baby Cake Sweet as Sin. Okay? So I'm not going to go into that in too much detail. We'll just see what the reading says today and take it from there one step at a time, okay? Just a moment, please. Okay, well, your inquiry was basically, are things going to work out right? And we got some signs relating to happiness and aspiration for happiness within your inner nature, and also a sense of there being supportiveness from another individual, which is going to help you in the longer term. And that same sign is mirrored through the number. That's a number 2 card, and that's a number 2 card as well, both sitting next to each other. So we got the affectionate, the emotional, the supportiveness side of things, as well as a sense of change in the material, which is going to come for you not too far around the corner. This is not just something you've been thinking about and hoping for. I feel this is something which is just there for you, almost as if the problems and pains you've been through have been there to enlighten you as to how bad things can be when things are bad, so that you can then start moving forward to a time when things can actually be really rather good for yourself, and to provide you with basically the stability and progress that you'd actually like to have. I mean, the energies I've got here, just in this preliminary part of the reading, is very, I suppose, philosophical. It's looking back to your past and not really seeing that as serious. I mean, you may have used to be the kind of person who would look back upon the way that you used to be and to assume that that's the way things are always going to be in the future. But it appears there's been a bit of a change of perspective, so you're not actually thinking like that. You're actually thinking that things have the capacity to be different than they will be in the future, which actually sets you apart from a lot of other inquiries I've had. Okay? So you're obviously a little more alive, awake and aware than a lot of other people. Now, as far as things you're aware of in the here and now, still looking a little difficult, still looking a bit tragic or a bit over the top, but I still feel that you're going to get some progress. The signs of what you're subconsciously aware of is the fact that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It appears that you seem to be able to see that, but it's now just a question of making sure things are manifest properly, so you can feel happy, calm, content and all the rest of it, that it is actually there, not just something that you're anticipating will be there in the future, okay? Obviously, the anticipation of the future part of the reading, still talking about aspiration. You're not quite there yet, or you're aware that you're almost out of the woods. Okay, there's still a bit more work to be done. Now, the progression to short-term, mid-term and long-term future. Firstly, within 3 months, there's something rather miraculous which is going to set you on the right track, and a sense of there being some form of assistance, which is going to bring you closer to where you need to be. Okay. Your mid-term and longer-term future is definitely showing signs of happiness and stability, but I feel this is mainly assisted with one particular individual who's going to give you the right level of perspective about what you can actually achieve, rather than allowing yourself to basically go into, the darker ways of thinking that you've had in the past, and to actually start being a little more on the enthusiastic and positive side, okay? And of course making sure that the original prognosis of the reading there is actually going to come through into your longer term future, which I personally feel that it will, and it's not basically too far away. So the general progress, I mean, your life is complex. You really don't need me as your tarot reader today to turn around to you and say your life is complex. You know your life is complex. But the kind of energy I'm getting off you is someone who's got the power and ability to try and see the brighter side and actually to try and get through where you are at the moment. I feel you're in a better and stronger position than you think you are. Not necessarily because of the factors around you, but because of who you are and the fact that you will carry on working to try and get the right results that you need. And so you just got to have faith in yourself, and you just got to carry on working to do what's right. The end result is going to be pretty amazing, I'm sure of that. And the progress in the future is looking nowhere near as bad as the problems you've had in the past you're still aware of. And the sense of interference I've had there, remember the time of the here and now is change, and that's being stimulated by your subconscious awareness of the fact that you are a pretty bloody amazing woman. So as far as readings go, I mean, yeah, it's pointed out the complexity, but it's also pointed out the asset, and the main asset in your life happens to be you. And I think that's something you forget once in a while. Okay, so we've got quite a combination of different energies, thoughts, feelings and meanings which can come through in a reading. And today what we've seen there is, I suppose, an expression of the internal changes which could possibly happen. There's still a sense of aspiration there, but there's also a sense of knowledge inside you, okay? With the lunar signs and we got the solar signs here. So the combination of the two, you're moving from a position of knowing where your limits are into a future which is unknown, but still using your self-knowledge to be able to sort of propel yourself further forward. That's good. The awareness of the future is being reflected in the position you find yourself in the here and now. You're actually in a very strong position to be able to make some positive results occur. Obviously, choose other sources of advice and other sources of direction as well, not just someone like myself. But it's your energy and vitality which is going to make something good happen. So don't have any fears or concerns about that. Just know that there is something good around the corner for you, and that you will make it. As I said before, submit your request via private message to the YouTube channel Nick Dutch Tarot, and I will be more than happy to add you to the rota. In the meantime, I'll bid you good fortune, God and or Goddess and or none of the above bless. Great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch, signing out for now, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.